Hello awesome YouTubers, Juggernaut G here with another video. I finished uni this year, so I can finally get around to sorting some of the videos I didn't finish, which is quite embarrassing really, because it's taken the whole 2 semesters to even get around to maybe doing second parts of certain videos, but I've been very busy with other projects and this is a hobby. But anyway, this is the Crew 2. I've been playing the beta, and this is my opinion of the beta. Mixed, to say the least. It's nothing like the first game, first of all. It isn't about outlaws, it isn't about crime or being, accused of a crime you didn't commit. Instead, it's just about you being kind of like an Instagram kind of a guy, really, if you think about it. Just trying to a racer, trying to get as many followers as you can. Obviously in the beta I am limited to rookie levels, so I couldn't fully tier up the levels, but I had a look at the levels, and obviously it unlocks more events and more rare items and some specific cars. And so there's a longer progression, because progression seems to get a bit repetitive. It may still do, but at the same time as well, the levels you capped quite quickly with the first crew. Now the biggest 2 things I've seen and that are major improvements for this game is graphics and physics. Now, before anybody goes, oh, these are so brilliant physics, well, they're not. It's an arcade game. They are not designed to be realistic. If you want to be realistic, go play a simulator like SHAREfactory or Richard Burns Rally. But compared to the last game, where they were a bit chaotic at times, very floaty, it's improved. So now the cars do feel grippy. You do feel like you can control them, and there's still a challenge. It's not like Need for Speed Most Wanted remake, where you could easily drift around a car park free. There's still a bit of challenge to it, and that moves on to the next bit I like, and the graphics. Compared to, even with the graphic overhaul, it completely trumps the first game. It's all the small detail that they've added. They've added more shrubbery. They've just filled the world out a lot more, and I like that. It feels more lifelike. They've added things like supermarket signs and everything, and filled it out with more little towns, little villages. They haven't added any other major cities. I did rumour that Boston was there, but I haven't found it. I'm looking around the map. If you guys have, let me know. But there may have been some smaller ones they added instead. But that goes on, and it will go on later in the video, to one of the negatives. The next thing is the class system's kind of gone now completely. So your raid vehicles, your dirt vehicles, have all completely gone now. You've just got pro racing career, style, off-road and street. So street was basically a combination of performance and street from the first game. Off-road is a combination of raid and dirt, and then pros, circuit, and then style is drift and things like that. I know drag goes into street category as well. So you've got several walk around areas as well with these areas. They've all got hubs, so you're seeing right now the off-road hub. You've got a hub for each discipline, as well as a house in Miami. Now hopefully you can get other houses other than it just being one in Miami, but who knows. But walking around areas, which is fun more than anything. It's not 100% needed, but it's fun. And you can go there to customise, buy cars, and look at your mailbox, which you don't fully work out what that is yet, but I guess you maybe get gifts, but who knows. But we'll find out. But also, going on to the fact that you can customise here, the customisation has majorly improved. They've now got a proper livery editor. I don't know, I haven't gone out my way to properly design a livery yet to see how easy it is compared to something like GT Sport or Need for Speed. But what I can say is it's miles better than the previous game, where it was just slap on a livery and you couldn't do anything about it. This time you can select stickers and adjust things, which is how it should be. Customization as well, you can still edit body parts to a bit more detail. Not as many panel options as Need for Speed, but about a similar level of customization as well. So sorry for anybody again who wants auto sculpt kind of things that were in carbon, but you're nowhere near any level of that. You've got like 4 or 5 bumper options, some of which are the same bumper but maybe have a different exhaust tip. Also, the cool thing they've also added is more custom cars as well. So they've added things like rally cars. They've added a Red Bull F1 car as well, which is really interesting. I don't know how far I can go to customise with these, but performance-wise, it isn't. You unlock them through events now, so it's kind of similar because you unlock them through events in the first game, but you could do skills, and unlocking parts is the same thing, though you don't think you can buy any parts that I've seen. Now, the other weird thing as well with the crew is the addition of boats and planes, which is a new fresh take, which is really cool. And helicopters and hovercraft, so that it's really awesome. That is, it makes you think what sort of extreme machinery they're going to add. I personally have been using the planes a lot more, but the boats have also, and that again leads on to the map change. The map is exactly the same size, so sorry for people's hopes of getting it bigger, but they've changed it. Like I said, it's had a massive overhaul, and one of the inclusions is more rivers for these boats to go around, and the inclusion of more racetracks like you're seeing here, which shows New York racetrack, Laguna Seca's there, and that will later go on to my cons of the new game. Now, campaign wise, I am a bit worried that it's going to get a bit repetitive. I don't know about the length or the meatiness to it, so this all leads into the negatives now. Obviously I kind of miss the fact that there's no police. Obviously it doesn't make sense anymore because you're not an outlaw, but you know, I did enjoy having chases all across America with the police. And then but who knows, you know, DLC. Then the other disadvantage again links into one of my praises, and it's the map change. The map just has changed in a wrong way for me, so there's certain things they've taken out of it that I think they should have left in the game. So first of all, the map here, as you can see, the detail is amazing. You can properly zoom into even without getting there, which is really cool. I like this feature, but I can't seem to fast travel unless I'm just an idiot, which is really annoying. And also, there's certain things they've taken out of the map. Obviously, they've taken things out as well as adjusting things, and the things they've taken out have really kind of upset me and bugged me. And you'll see them coming up on the screen, but Sebring's International Raceway is no longer there. It's just fields and forests. Instead, they've got a fictional racetrack there. Golden Hills Raceway still exists, but it's had a massive overhaul and it is no longer anything near the original track from the first game. Laguna Seca's corkscrew still hasn't been fixed, and they've taken away the Mexican border, so now there's just nothing there. It's like the roads just stop or curve round, so you're like, oh, they just decided not to build that way then. It's a bit, really. And and they've also got rid of the bridge that led from Detroit to Canada all around there. So it's just small, subtle things that kind of, it just looks really weird now. So Canada and Mexico look like these empty wildernesses, so it just doesn't make any sense. And another con here, as you can see, is lack of new cars. I feel, and this is the bit that's putting me off buying this game, is it for someone who's explored the original map to tons of detail, like I pretty much fully explored the original map, for it to be basically the exact same map with just a few minor tweaks and the exact same cars bar about 20 they've added, it's really disappointing. What is there for me to do except drive the planes, the boats? And as you can see as well, Long Beach isn't here, but who knows, maybe they'll add it in at a time when the Long Beach Grand Prix comes back in 2019. But there just doesn't seem a lot to do for returning players, really. I've got 15 cars for obviously doing challenges in the first game. I've explored all this map because it's basically the same map, just with a few minor tweaks. So for someone who's returning, it's just like playing a DLC that was a similar size to Wild Run. So it just doesn't seem worth it for me. For someone who's new to this game, brilliant, honestly brilliant. But for me, I just don't see what the point is anymore. Who knows? I don't know what the season pass is going to be, but last game's season pass was completely pointless and a waste of money, adding like 5 cars or something stupid. But no, it's just a lack of adding new things for new players, should I say, returning players. And some of the changes, yes, they've made the map more lifelike, but at the same time they've taken a few things out which make it seem a bit silly, like the Mexican border. So we'll have to see how far this crew goes, but sadly for me, I don't think I'll be getting it straight away, just because there doesn't seem anything new for me to play. But for any new players, I completely recommend it. That's all I know or updated on my opinions of the beta so far. Let me know on your opinions and how you're enjoying the crew beta, and I will keep you updated with more videos when I can. And thank you all for watching. Please give a like and subscribe, and I will see you around.